You're going to re-listen to the rescue. I'm going to read it to you, and I want you to think about the essential question for this week. How does the earth change after a wildfire? So we're going to reread about the wildfires, and I want you to pay close attention to how the earth changes when the wildfire is all finished. I'll help you out to answer. You're going to have to pay attention to the words that we use so you can complete sentences. To the rescue. Wildfires are big fires that happen in open areas like forests. One property of wildfires is that people have a hard time stopping them because they spread quickly. They can be caused by weather events like lightning or droughts. So they're caused by lightning. That means lightning might strike a tree and it would catch on fire. And remember, a drought is a time when there isn't much rain. So it's very hot and dry, so things can catch on fire easily. Hot, dry winds push the fires around. Wildfires make many changes to Earth. Some changes you might see right away. Trees, crops, and other plants are burned. Other changes you see later on. Different plants might grow back. I want you to pay close attention to this paragraph. There's a lot that happens after a wildfire, and it says it right here. I'm going to come back. We're going to read some of this to make sure we figured out some things that happen after a wildfire. It says wildfires make changes to Earth. Remember, that's your question. What changes happen to Earth after a wildfire? Some changes you see right away. Trees, crops, and other plants are burned. So they die because a fire burns them. Other changes you see later on. Different plants might grow back. So we have to pay attention to see if we find out more information. People rescues. Sometimes it is not safe for people to stay in their homes when a wildfire is nearby. Firefighters warn people about the fires. If a fire gets too close, firefighters tell people that they need to leave their homes. Sometimes a fire can prevent people from driving away. Then firefighters might use a helicopter to fly people to safety. This tells us about what happens to people after a wildfire. They have to leave their homes and move away. Now, that's not telling what happens to Earth, just the people. So we're not going to use that information to answer our question today. Animal rescues. Pay attention to this part. I'm very sure animals might need a new home if all the plants and trees are burned down. Most animals know how to get away from fire by running, flying, or burrowing into the ground. That means they live in a little hole in the ground. Animals that are too young or injured might not escape. Rescuers help those animals get away. They might bring them to a wildlife shelter. People there treat animals that were hurt by the fire or smoke. Working together, people help others and animals stay away from the wildfires. I want you to think, if a lot of animals have to leave their home, what would happen to the earth? We didn't have any animals in their habitat. Maybe the habitat would change. You wouldn't have any animals for other animals to eat. So that's something to consider when you're thinking about how Earth changes. Here's a little koala bear. It says a rescuer named David Tree saved this koala named Sam. Now, think about the essential question. How does Earth change after a wildfire?